I know we always talk about this, but isn't there something special to case unboxings? They're therapeutic, celestial even, and so that's why I am so excited to be able to enjoy that feeling yet again today with 2023 2-packs case. Q, you have 12 2-packs times 2 cars makes for 24, just like the singles cases, and there are a lot of great and diverse characters in this box that I cannot wait to get into, and it is the first 2-packs case of the year at that. Now, I have a little challenge for you guys I'm going to present to you in a couple minutes, so stay tuned for that. Like, seriously, it's kind of wild, and I got this case from CarLotSales. You can check out his eBay store in the description below. Everyone always asks me, how do I get my cases? I am not hiding anything. I literally say it like 50 seconds into every video. So yeah, guys, we're going to dive right on in here. Of course, Q, that is identifying what's inside this box. I'll leave the entire content list if you want to spoil yourself in the description below, or if you just want to reference back to it like in the future, or should I say, in the past when I've needed to remind myself of what was in, let's say, 2019 case H or whatever, I literally just go back to my video. It really is a nice little database that YouTube allows us to have here. I have not done a 2-pack unboxing in a long time. I think the last time was almost exactly 1 year ago when I did the first case of 2022. That's usually how it goes. There aren't as many 2-packs as there are singles, so it doesn't make as much sense for me to buy every 2-pack case as it does with the singles. And so as the year goes on, I just get the couple that dribble on out. And so here's my challenge for you guys. Now, this is something that I just thought about, and I think I might be right, but I know there are a lot of intelligent fact checkers out there in the comments below. Is this the first 2-packs case ever to not feature at least a new variant? Now, I know I'm kind of spoiling what's inside the box and all that, but think about it. I know there have been 2-pack cases without new releases, but has there been 2-pack cases with, like, not even a new Thailand variant of some sort? Like, of course, there was that case last summer that the only new pack was Chick Hicks and Bruiser Bukowski. Well, Bruiser Bukowski was a brand new Thailand variant, so he checks the box. This case, though, I don't think, well, I can tell you, there is no new Thailand variants in this case, no new releases, but it's still going to be fun, okay? I promise you, it's still going to be fun. And right off the bat, we have the dynamic duo of Mater and Lightning McQueen. Now it says Road Trip Mater and Road Trip Lightning McQueen. That is a bit misleading in multiple regards. So this Mater is actually pretty much just the Mater with working tow hook that was released in, you could see him in the background back there, that 2-pack last year. It's the exact same, and yet they're marketed and advertised completely differently. Like I said, this one's called Road Trip Mater. That one was called Mater with working tow hook. You can see how large that hook is. And you can see the holes in McQueen's base in the back and in the front that allow him to be towed. So I think it's really cool, and it's nice to have them in a pack here together. But yeah, they both were released as singles. Now, what's also weird is that when they first released Road Trip Mater as a single last year, he didn't have that hook. It was just a regular Mater like this guy here, who has the little baby whimsical hook that can't tow jack. You guys see what I was doing there? My cactus fell over. I couldn't let that happen. But yeah, this is the first pairing of these two together, though. On the back, you could see, as seen in Cars on the Road, Sarah, Coggs, and Noriyuki, who we'll see here in just a second. But yeah, it's always good to see these two together. I know a couple years ago they did like Mater and World Grand Prix McQueen. That was cool because they really are the face of the franchise. And there are 2 of him in this case. Now, I also like how they put them butt to butt so you could really see, well, I don't know. They don't say it anywhere on the package, but you can kind of see that that's a big hook right there, and maybe a little bit bigger than usual. I just wish that they were a little more transparent about that stuff. I know they're not like hiding it, but I feel like you could sell more if you told people, hey, this actually has a function. These 2 cars put together, you could tell them, like, I don't know, I just feel like there's some value in that. Here we have Mr. and Mrs. Cardboard Flap. Brand new for 2023. Oh, it looks like mine has a little bit of a dent in it. That might end up being my favorite from the case. We'll see when it all shakes out here. But here we have Noriyuki and Sarah Coggs. This is ending up to be a pretty good 2-pack, even though it was released last year. So this is just a carryover from 2022. But this is your only way you could get Sarah Coggs at retail. The only other way she was released was in the Walmart.com exclusive Salt Fever 9-pack with Peggy Liner. So that's cool. Now, Noriyuki has been released as a single in Case M of 2022. Now, I'm seeing that case literally everywhere. Excuse me. It's literally making me cough because I used to really look forward to seeing Noriyuki because I never found him, and then found him once. I was like, oh, yay, yay, yay. And I found him again. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I found him again and again. And I was like, holy crap. Slow down. Give me some Revo cost. It's so weird. Whenever I find like Case M, it's always remnants, obviously, because I never get there first. And it's Stats Jammin' Noriyuki. I did finally find the Griswold the other day, even though he's usually gone from the case as well. Greebles was there even. But Revo Cost is always absent from the scene. But yeah, that's completely irrelevant to this 2-pack. But yeah, Noriyuki, even though he's kind of common, I've been seeing him a lot, he has only been released one time in one case as a single. So I think this is a nice 2-pack. And yeah, for most people, it's going to yield 2 new characters, 2 new cars, which is always a good thing. And they put 2 of them in the case, which is good because I really struggled to find this pack, and I still do. It's definitely probably the most popular 2-pack of 2022. I've seen just droves upon droves of all the other 2-packs. And this is the one I see the least. And then right alongside that would be the Mater and K-Pillar Derev one, and then Zen Master Pity and Mike Fuse, but definitely that one the most. All right, here we have another new pairing for 2023, and overall the Red Riders scheme. 2022 and 2023 is what the Red Riders are encompassing. But yeah, Barry DePedal was released last year as a single. However, it was in that wonky Case J. Do we have to get into that story again? Well, basically, it was an international exclusive to Europe. However, Walmart got their 12-count version, but that 12-count version did not include Barry DePedal, and it didn't include most of the cars introduced in that case. Some other oddball stores like Fred Meyer's got them in, but hey, I mean, I'd have to drive across the country to be able to walk in the doors of Fred Meyer. So yeah, Barry DePedal's back now. Obviously, he's not new. It's not a new Thailand variant, but it is nice to see the guy. Harvey Rodcap, I know a lot of people are going to be excited about this one because the last time he was released was in 2020. Early on, that was his first time being released from Thailand. And so that one became pretty rare. So now he's back, and I think he might be a slightly different color. That's why we probably should do a review on him. But yeah, he's looking really good. He's a dark gunmetal gray there. The Easy Idle Next Gen, of course, paired with the good old RPM Next Gen, who was originally released in the Next Gen Racers 4-pack. It's funny how the 4 racers in that pack have evolved so much. Some of them, have been released countless times, while Flipped Over just was released last year. Then now Steve Slick LePage is kind of the rarest one. But yeah, on the back, you get a look at almost all the other packs in this case, which they pretty much all are. Yep, I believe that is all of them. So it's all the Cars 3-packs. And then, of course, this is a carryover from last year, so it didn't show us this. So basically, between these 2 card backs, you see everything that is in this case. I kind of miss the days when they foreshadowed what was coming, and I still do that, like with the Cryptid Buster Mater on the back of Maypillar Derev, for example, but it's very rare when they do that. Here we have another one of those. Now, this 2-pack case was first leaked out, as in, like, people started to find it back in 2022 November. So like 4 months ago. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Now let me explain a little bit. A couple popped up on Mercari, which is a USA only kind of eBay-like platform, but a little bit more casual. And they didn't have all of them. They had that one, and then they had the Kris Revstopski and Maddy McGear one. I actually purchased those. I showed them to you guys way back in November. I asked that person, hey, what store did you find them at? They just said like a local discount store, so I would assume it wouldn't have been like anything that we would know of, but I am still a little upset that they didn't tell me the name of the store, because it could have been something that we know of. Who knows? But either way, they were basically exclusive to that store up until just a couple weeks ago. People are starting to find them now at Target stores across the USA. Now, it wouldn't be a party without at least 3 next gen, so thankfully we have 4 here, and now we could officially celebrate. This is a really interesting pairing. I love the green and red contrast there. It just is visually appealing. You have Conrad Camber for Shiny Wax and Jonas Carvers for No Stall. Again, these are not new releases. These are not new Thailand variants, but it is nice to see them together, and they have not been released in quite some time. Jonas was only released in 2020 for Blue Desert. Conrad Camber has been released a few times since 2018, most recently also in 2020, and that was his first time from Thailand. And now they're back together. The black rim bozos, as I like to call them. I'm just kidding. I really do like these guys. I love the gold star on Conrad. That super unique. And I don't have a Thailand variant of him open. Now, obviously, Jonas has only ever been released from Thailand, so he looks pretty much the same to me. You guys be the judge of it, though. Some people are so perceptive, I guess I should say. But yeah, you know, sometimes there's something that somebody else would perceive as a variant that I do not. And yeah, I'm not really seeing a variant there. Loving that these are all in pretty good shape, though. I'm happy about that. Yeah, same card back. So far there's been 2 of everything in this case. That trend continues. You know, maybe we'll get an air. I haven't gotten an air out of a case in a while. I think it's been, when was the last time? I think it was like Lizzie I got an air. Maybe that was back in 2021. I think so. All right, up next is, oh, minty. Look how crisp this 2-pack is. I almost just got way too excited there. But seriously, though, when you see a 2-pack on mint card like that, that is even more cause to party. Yeah, Maddy McGear and Kris Revstopski. So an interesting pairing. You know, Maddy McGear is no stranger to the 2-pack world. She's been released many times with her mom, Melissa Bernabrake. But this is the first time she's been paired up with Kris. Kris, on the other hand, has never been in a 2-pack. Wait. Yes, yeah, I think Kris actually has been in a 2-pack with Pat Traxon. So there's that. Now, this is the white flag variant of Kris. However, again, it is not new. I told you there are no new variants. That being said, though, you might have gotten lost in the myriad of variants that they've done for Kris, because of course they started off doing her from China, in which she was a completely different model, had an open bed in the back and a checkered flag. And since they moved to Thailand, they have corrected her model and her bed back there, and so she's much more accurate to how it looks. And they have done her with a green flag, a yellow flag in 2021, I believe that was. And then here's your white flag one. But again, the white flag one has come out before. This is not new. I just don't have a white flag one loose. So I will be opening one of these 2-packs up and probably doing a video on Kris Revstopski. Now this 2-pack I really like. I don't know why. It gives me good vibes. I mean, maybe it's because Flo and Ramone are like a millimeter away in this pack, and it looks like they're kissing, and that makes sense. I don't know. It just looks good to me. I love Saludos, Amigos, Ramone. It's such a unique paint job for him. Probably the most unique ever, because it's not just, oh, it's red Ramone. Oh, it's green Ramone. Oh, it's yellow Ramone. No, it's got all sorts of wacky decals on here, and obviously referencing Mexico. Oil Pan Americana. I want some lore, like some background on where he got the inspiration for this paint job. Like, is it based on some sort of Mexican racing league? Did he just literally invent all this in his mind, which I doubt? Just would love to know a little bit more about what inspired Ramone to deck himself out like this at the time he did too. Like, maybe because he was like, all right, McQueen's going to look like Doc Hudson. I'm going to look like my favorite Mexican racer. I don't know. It just would be kind of cool to find that out. Flo looks good as per usual. They're using her Cars 3 artwork, which I love to see. I like how Saludos Amigos Ramone is also in the hydraulic. Like, they animated him in the hydraulics, but they have not done a hydraulics Saludos Amigos Ramone yet. So there's only one of each of those packs, which is interesting. But we go back to having two when we get to the bottom here. Caleb Worley and Jet Robinson. Another really nice 2-pack here with the couple of the classic retro racers from the 1950s Piston Cup era. Caleb Worley was only released previously in 2021 in case C, and then I think he got reissued in a later case that year. Now, Jet Robinson is also no stranger to 2-packs because he was first released in one back in early 2019 with Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornets, and then he got released as a single later on that year, and the same thing again is happening to him. He is also out as a single, unless I'm brain dead. I think he is out as a single. I know Leroy Hemming is, and Duke Coulters and Randy Lawson is, and I think he is as well. I don't know, I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. See, there are just so many. Like, when they start to do this stuff, where they release, okay, you get a 2-pack release, oh, you get a single release as well, it really screws with my mind because they never used to do that, and it made life simpler. Like, if you were in the 2-pack, ain't no way you're sniffing anything outside that 2-pack, but I remember, I think the first instance of it was in like 2017, early 2017. They did Sally with Cone and regular Lightning McQueen, and then they did also a regular Lightning McQueen single. And I was like, oh, the floodgates are open. Here we go. And from there on out, they have violated that rule up and down. I mean, you know, we just look over here. Road Trip McQueen and Road Trip Mather, those are singles. And I mean, if you dip back into last year, well, Noriyuki, single and 2-pack, 2022. So it gets a little confusing. But either way, I know Caleb Worley is not out as a single. So if you want him, this is your shot. And yeah, they should be exactly the same as their previous Thailand releases. It's kind of, you know, interesting, again, how they determine who gets 2 in this case and who only gets 1. I think they made pretty good decisions to have 2 of these. Smart. People eat up these retro racers. Everyone loves these. These also just feel like really solid, like heavy. Whereas the Kris Revstopski Maddy McGear pack feels a little light. And understandably so. So yeah, that is a good pack to have 2 of. You put 2 of each of the next-gen packs in there. That's also a fantastic decision because everybody loves their next-gens. And one of the Maddy McGear and Kris Revstopski pack is a super great decision because that's probably the worst in the case. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below which 2-pack is your favorite. It's a tough call for me. I'm probably going to go with the one you're staring at, Jonas Carvers and Conrad Camber, just because I think it's a very unique pairing, and we haven't seen those cars in quite some time. And by quite some time, I mean like 3 years. I remember back in the day when, let's think, yeah, they released like, all right, I don't know. 2-packs used to be way better than they kind of are now, because if it truly is the fact that they have never released a case of 2-packs without like even a new variant in, and this is the first one, that's going to make me a little weepy. But hey, the singles line is going to be elite this year, and we know the next case of 2-packs will be almost the exact same as this one, but it'll have Red and Stanley. And let me just say that the 2-packs get like really, really good after that, though. It's like, don't fall off. Like, stay on the 2-pack bandwagon, guys, because if you get off now, they ain't no getting back on when things get real. Like when it's gonna get really sexy come like May, June in the 2-pack world. All right, guys, that's all I'll say for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon for another video. Bye now.